I think we're all aware that we were kind of promised this utopia. 10, 15 years ago, the word transformation promised this world in which our employees were going to find it really easy to do work, our customers were going to have this incredible digital experience that made it easier for them to do business with us, and we were going to take costs out of the business. That was what we were promised. What actually happened is a lot of teams went and made their paper processes digital. They went and took existing processes and tried to digitise them without thinking about whether they should be changing the way the process works. We went and built siloed systems, so every business function wanted their own system. And we created what ended up being a lot of complexity across the organisation. Organisations today have over 360 applications that their employees need to use to do work, which means they need to know where to go just to get a simple task done. We've got this hornet's nest of complexity, cobbled together applications that are leading to siloed teams. And the impact is not just to the employees having to use them, but that complexity gets exposed to the customers that we're trying to serve each and every day. Instead of customers getting the service we wanted to give them, they're spending time on hold, waiting just to be heard, let alone getting the answers or the products they were trying to get their hands on. So for the past 4 years at ServiceNow, we've been conducting extensive research into the state of customer service, specifically in Australia and New Zealand. And one of the interesting questions that we posed this year looks through the eyes of both the service agents and the customers that they are servicing. Specifically, how long they think it takes to resolve a single customer service issue. So when we did the research, 69% of customer service agents believe it takes just 30 minutes for their organisation to resolve a customer issue. But when we asked customers the same question, they said it was 5.2 days. We call this the service gap. Organisations believe they're responding to their customers in a timely manner, but their customers don't agree. That's a full working week's difference between what your employees think they're delivering to the customer versus what the customer feels like they're getting. And customers are still, unfortunately, waiting on hold to get response. Australians in 2024 spent 123 million hours on hold. That's up from 107 million hours in 2023. That's equivalent to a $5.4 billion productivity drain on the Australian economy, the equivalent of an annual payroll for a mid-sized Fortune 500 company. So there's huge and immense value in us from a financial perspective in fixing this challenge, let alone the human element of helping people get back to their day job or spending time with their families. I think more importantly, that's 123 million hours that people aren't solving problems for your customers. It's time they're not working on more strategic, high-value tasks, and it's time that they're not providing value. I spoke earlier about how systems have become siloed and we've created this complexity. According to the research, customer service agents typically log into 2.5 systems to service a customer. 8% are actually using more than five systems to resolve that customer query or that customer complaint. And unfortunately, that complexity and that swivel chairing that's going on in the background usually comes through in the quality of the service itself. How can you be there in the moments that matter when your employees are being forced to swivel chair and copy and paste between applications? So what do customers actually want? They're looking for 3 key things. Number 1, seamless service experience. Multiple channels, we talked about it earlier, an omni-channel experience. Number 2, they said they wanted self-service. 63% said they would prefer to self-serve. I mean, how many of us really want to wait on hold to talk to a human if it's a problem that we can solve ourselves immediately? And number 3, they said they wanted ease of contact. 43% said they would value a 24/7 service option. David said it, very well. Might be 2 a.m. I don't expect to get my hair cut, but I do want to be able to make a booking to get it done. But to deliver upon those expectations, adopting AI has become even more important than ever. So this is the reality of most customer experiences today. We have multiple channels that customers can come into an organisation to get help with, multiple websites, multiple apps, multiple chatbots, different versions of chatbots. There might be multiple phone numbers published on your website. So they need to know where to go to ask what question or to get what type of service. And chances are, unless you're incredibly good at making sure all these interfaces are all updated at the same time, they might get a different answer depending on which channel they use, which creates confusion and complexity. Then we have our customer service agents that are reading long, complicated knowledge articles to try and get up to speed on what the customer's asking them to do so that they can respond in a timely manner. They're dealing with those multiple applications. When it's a question they can't answer, they're going to flick it over the fence to another team to get them to answer it, and then they spend the next couple of days chasing those teams to see where that question is at or that case is at. And then you've got the middle back office that are getting complaints or requests coming them from all angles, and they're running those requests through spreadsheets, emails, losing track of where they're up to in the process. And so now all this additional work is created because people are calling each other to say, hey, did you get back to the customer on this? Or do we have an answer on that? It's slow and it's expensive. So let's count the cost of this growing service gap. 80% of customers said that they would request a refund if they had poor service. 62% would leave a negative social media review, and David talked about the impact of that. 57% would turn to a competitor. Just a couple of months ago, I had a Wi-Fi outage in my home. Now, I work from home a lot, so I need high-speed internet access, but I have 2 teenagers and a husband that really likes his PlayStation. So this is a Sev1 outage for us. Like, this is, highly stressful environment that it creates. I've been with my telco for 20 years. I'm a bit of a brand loyalist. I don't know why, but particularly with Aussie brands, I love to support them. So 20-year history. I also happen to have had a very deeply technical career. So I knew instantly what had happened. I knew that my modem had died and I needed a new modem. So I called up the telco and I told them what the problem was. Now, they don't know me from a bar of soap. I could be a technology noob. So I know they have to go through their checklist. So I had the patience, we went through the checklist. Did you turn it off and on? Did you plug it into the wall? The same questions I know they're asking my mum when she calls, right? It doesn't matter that I tell them, that I built the world's first 32-node cluster database, that I tested network switches failing over before the cloud even existed. That's not relevant. We had to go through the checklist. So we did that. They had to go away and do some more tests. I had the patience. I get it. I know how customer service works. The next day, I ping them again. Hey, have you agreed that the modem's a problem? Oh, thanks for contacting us again, Kat. I just have a few questions. Have you turned the modem on and off? Have you plugged it into the wall? So we go through the cycle again. By day 3, I'm not getting work done. My kids are complaining, and my husband can't play PlayStation. So I went on the internet and I started researching new telcos. My telco of 20 years, by the time they resolved the issue, it was 7 days for them to get a new modem to me. Midway through that period, I had jumped on the internet and done some research. Within 30 minutes, I had switched telco. Amazon delivered my new modem the next morning. 7 days to stay loyal to a brand that I loved, 30 minutes to switch. And by the way, I'm paying more for the service. So it wasn't about cutting cost. But one of the things I like to remind people is that I can make more money. I can't buy more time. So any company that's going to save me time is going to get all my money, particularly if it keeps my teenagers and my husband happy. Agents are also frustrated by this inefficiency, and they're really the face of the organisation in many of these scenarios. They know that they're doing inefficient tasks. They're doing admin they never, that no one gets out of uni and says, hey, I want to write up case notes or I want to write another knowledge article. They're chasing other departments to try and get them to do their job. That's never a fun job for anyone to do. Our research revealed that agents are actually spending less than 1 day of their work week, 19% of their time, doing what they signed up for, that is actually resolving customer issues. The rest of the time is that mundane work, chasing people, updating emails, spreadsheets, etc. So a huge productivity drain. But of course, there is a better way. And obviously, this is a passion of what we do at ServiceNow. And AI is certainly improving this process and making it even more possible. Customers are still going to want to engage on multiple channels, and we talked about choice this morning, but making sure that those multiple channels are all coordinated and providing that same response, making sure that that experience is personalised and available 24/7. Of course, we always want to make sure there's a human involved when there needs to be. And I think there's this kind of misconception that if you implement AI, you can take humans out of the loop. That's a really bad idea. Because when we talk about the moments that matter, that's when you want a human involved. The whole point is to create a world in which these service agents don't have to be doing these mundane tasks. They have the answers at their fingertips. The work coming in is connected to the right agent so that they're empowered and they have the knowledge to respond quickly. We aggregate all the information from multiple systems so they get it all in one screen. But we do that so we can free up their time to focus on the human element of that customer service. We free up their time so they can be there in the moments that matter and let all the mundane stuff be dealt with using AI. And then most passionate of what we do in the heart of ServiceNow is that because the entire organization is running on that common platform, all of the work that needs to go through to the middle and back office is orchestrated, automated where possible, and people across the organization are being connected and coming together with a common focus on trying to resolve that customer. So there's good news and bad news in the research. The good news is that the people that we research were very optimistic about the potential for AI to improve their experience as a customer service agent, and for customers, they were very optimistic that it could help improve their experience as a customer. So 29%, almost a third, said that they would give them back some time so that they can work more closely related to customers. 22% said it would help them do a better job. AI agents can transform the experience for both agents and customers and take care of that busy work. The bad news is our research revealed that only 12% of Australian organisations are currently using AI for customer service. So there's certainly a lot that have deployed AI on internal use cases, but customer service seems to be kind of like the last cab off the rank for a lot of Australian companies. We've also conducted research around enterprise AI maturity, and we found that year on year, organisations in Australia have actually slipped. So the data is suggesting that organisations are struggling to keep up with the rapid pace of innovation and almost stepping back from that adoption of AI. I'm proud to say that actually a lot of our local customers are leading the way on a global scale in putting AI to work for their people. Companies like Orica, Griffith University, ANZ Bank are all putting AI to work, which, as an Aussie, that makes me pretty proud to see them on the global stage. But what do we mean when we say put AI to work? Let's take a look.
You're restoring my access to the HR portal, right? Compliance report's due and I need that access ASAP.
Nope. But my new agents are on it.
It's business critical. Wait, what new agents? I haven't onboarded anyone new.
No, ServiceNow AI agents. Your ticket triggered a whole fleet of them. They handle high volume tasks, so I can focus on the bigger stuff. The stuff that fulfills me.
I want to focus on the bigger stuff too.
All right, well, one AI agent is pulling logs from the HRIS now, while another is monitoring Active Directory sync errors in real time.
So AI agents are like personal minions?
Sure. If personal minions were pumped about resolving data errors.
Are they?
They are. You hear that? That's the agent summarizing your case and asking me to approve their work.
I wish HR had fancy AI agents.
You do. We all do. Everyone does. HR, customer service, field service.
Finance?
Yeah. Engineering, you name it. AI agents are built into the ServiceNow platform we already use. They're literally in every corner of our business.
No way. I have AI agents. Whoa. I gotta tell Jim.
Jim's that way.
Jim is that way. Jim, you won't believe this.
Decided on fuchsia for your kitchen.
More of a salmon, like an off-red, but even better, I have ServiceNow AI agents.
Yeah, me too. I trained all mine to eat, sleep, and breathe customer service, so they give me 24/7 productivity, and my customers get 100% Jim TLC.
You need a hobby.
Anyway, for customer service, when a client's payment doesn't go through, my agents analyze the issue and flag the problem.
They do that by themselves?
Autonomously. They isolate the issue, then securely fix it for future transactions.
Fix it and forget it.
Then they send it to me for final approval. I give it the green light, and bada bing, business is a bada boomin'.
We should make a bunch of agents that work across our teams.
Gaggle of agents.
Doesn't a gaggle refer to geese?
Okay, fine.
I'm gonna go with it. My gaggle will automatically collect time off requests from your department, and don't worry, I'll set guardrails so no one's on vacay for months at a time.
Nick. And my gaggle of agents can plan our team's capacity and work with your agents to balance PTO and customer service coverage for our approval. Hey, Nick.
Hey, what are you guys up to?
Talking about geese.
Geese. They can swim 30 to 40 feet underwater. Also,
Wow.
super long necks.
Great to know.
Great.
What does Nick do here?
No clue.
Let's make an AI agent and figure that out.
Figure it out.
Good.
Back to my desk.
So I love that video because I think it's kind of fun. But I think it does a great job of explaining how AI agents aren't replacing people. They're actually just trying to make them more efficient and let them focus on the things that really matter. I'm also really obsessed with this character, Nick, and I'm looking forward to finding out what the hell he does, because apparently throughout the course of the year we will learn that. So ServiceNow really is an AI platform for business transformation across every part of your business, from back office to front office, from HQ or corporate out into the field, touching on HR, risk, finance, procurement, your sales teams and your service teams, all running workflow or orchestrating work across a common platform. Most importantly, delivering outcomes for the business. A platform that is deeply connected into every part of your business operations. But our secret sauce is that we actually put the customer at the center. We don't just put the customer at the center of everything that we do. We actually put your employees at the center of it as well, because they ultimately are the face and the deciding factor of the service that you deliver to your customers. We know that AI differentiates, or AI is only effective as a platform that it's built on, and so we've built it into the underlying platform. On top of that, we've rolled out capabilities around customer service management, sales and order management, and field service management on top of the one platform. At its core, a sophisticated CRM and a customer-centric data model that can power the organisation. And you will notice that we are highlighting a lot of your existing systems in place along the bottom there. You have a lot of investment in deeply powerful technology that helps you run your payroll, that helps you run finance, that helps you run your HR. We're not looking to replace those. What we've done is built out what we call a workflow data fabric into the platform itself so that you can leverage the data you have across all these existing systems without copying them all into the ServiceNow platform so that you can use them to power those customer services and power those AI agents. Let's touch very quickly on some of the product capabilities, but we don't really want to go into a product session. Suffice to say, customer service management is about enabling smart customer service, boosting service agent productivity, and really focusing on how we bring the people, the processes, and the systems together to deliver that amazing experience for your customer. What I love most about what we do is actually seeing the value that our customers get by putting this capability into practice. South Dakota government employees spend 99% less time procuring contractor bids and more time serving their citizens. BT employees spend 55% less time summarising actions and more time serving their customers, delivering real value for the business. Secondly, we extend this out into the field with field service management, so the ability to increase technician productivity. We optimise scheduling and resource allocation so that your teams that are out in the field are being sent to the right location with all the information they need to do the job quickly, and using AI to write up those case notes or the project notes to save them more time so they can get back off to the next job. We do this all on the same platform that we use for customer service and order management, so we can really streamline that end-to-end process. What does this mean in reality? Xerox unlocking additional 55 minutes per day for every single employee so they can spend on higher value work. LA Caring put it to work for their healthcare workers so they can spend less time writing up patient notes and more time actually serving or looking after patients, providing patient care. Thirdly, and last but not least, sales and order management, all on that single platform. Accelerate time to market using highly configurable product catalogs, simplify quote and order generation from start to finish, and recognise revenue faster by streamlining that process. Some of how customers have already accelerated their order to cash process by over 75%. At ServiceNow, I mentioned we love to drink our own champagne. This is a big focus for us at the moment. In the last 4 years at ServiceNow, we've doubled the number of employees and we've tripled our revenue as a business, all while keeping the same size team that have been running our order to cash process. We've unlocked capacity to scale using automation and AI. Now, we're so passionate about our customers that I tried to shove as many as I could on one single slide. So there's a lot of text up there. But suffice to say, this is not marketing material. This capability does not exist in PowerPoint. Our customers are already putting this to work and seeing incredible results. Griffith University, one of our early adopters for AI, is really leading the way in our local market. 87% increase in self-service rate for their staff and students, which is incredible. 43% boost in first contact resolution. What does that mean? A student gets an answer the first time they ask a question. They don't have to wait days for that question to roll around university corporate. Lab 3, one of our technology providers in region, 46% reduction in workflow bottleneck. So stripping out some of that friction that's been slowing them down. 20% uplift in self-service. So people are getting answers faster, but it's taking the load off their service team so they can actually create capacity to scale their business across the region. And so many more that I can't go into, but suffice to say we love our customers and they are the real hero in this story. We have a lot of great examples of organisations that are getting value from the platform. But there is one global brand, and I do love a really nice car video, so I thought we'd throw this one in here. You may not know that your automotive journey could actually be powered by ServiceNow.
Stellantis is committed to transforming the automotive experience. That's why we're all in on ServiceNow.
What does it mean to go all in?
It means we've transformed and digitized processes across the world at Stellantis.
So we're talking 14 iconic brands, hundreds of thousands of employees, 130 countries, manufacturing, supply, dealerships, customers, everything.
Exactly.
All the success of the company starts with the employee and their experience. Streamlining processes, structuring the workflows through one portal.
Around the world, every employee on one portal.
Yes, it's about empowering users to do higher value tasks.
Instead of looking at 100 pages of documents, I have my answer in 2 seconds.
So this is all in.
This is all in. Because we have one platform, we can put AI solutions in place very quickly.
How quickly?
Once you introduce a product which is AI enabled, activating the benefit of AI is like snapping the finger.
Oh.
And when we do that, we get data across the enterprise.
One data model, all in one.
When you let AI examine your data, when you let data flow into your models, you will discover ways of operating the business that you would not have imagined.
We have generative AI at a platform level because we want to encourage the global and widespread adoption of AI.
Wow. And 48,000 employees signed on in one day?
Yes, the measurement of success is adoption. We are enabling every single employee.
And they're all in too.
They are faster.
They are more efficient,
More satisfied.
more innovative.
They are happier.
Happy is good.
Oui.
With ServiceNow AI, we see it as a transformative partnership. It's a game changer. We're on the cusp of redefining how technology operates at Stellantis.
Having this powerful platform, when you go all in, the impact is undeniable.
When all in works, the world works.
Still waiting for my company car. I was hoping I could pick from one of those really cool brands up there. So you can download a full copy of the customer service report. There's a lot more stats in there around the Australian market, which you might find interesting. Just scan the QR code. Lots of QR codes being handed out today, like candy. There's so much potential in our country to unlock productivity for our employees and empower them to serve our customers much better, much faster, and in a more personalised way. ServiceNow team's here. Come and put your feet up and join us on the couch if you'd love to continue the conversation. Thank you for your time and enjoy your day.